Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Car Talk.
Welcome guys.
So guys, again, if you have not tuned in to episode 1 or episode 2, our Cars and Coffee event is on the 26th of October in Victoria Avenue, Castle Hill, under Spotlight. We're getting very excited about this.
Very excited about it, guys.
If you're not from Australia, well, unfortunately, I'm so sorry.
Until
we become global, you can't come. But for more information, just head over to the Instagram page. We'll be proudly sponsored by Hard Hat Watches. So guys, great brand, great watches. Go check them out. So thanks, guys, from Hard Hat. So
yeah, look, it's coming up, guys. Only got a couple of weeks away now.
Yep.
So very excited. Going to be some cool cars. Hopefully, a bunch of cool people we can meet. Looking forward to seeing you all there.
Also, the Santa Fe video is out now. It's been out since last week. Me and Nick both agreed it was a pretty cool SUV.
Yep.
So go check that out. And the Ford F-150 XLT.
Yep.
Big American pickup. If you didn't check last week's episode, go check it out because you'll understand why that's so funny.
We had a little chat about them.
Yeah.
So.
Other than that, let's get on to the news. Okay, so what's been circulating in the car world these days is the Corvette ZR1, which is insane.
Yes. Look at this thing. It's pretty insane.
So it has the largest twin turbos on a production car ever fitted.
I think it was 76mm, I think I saw.
Yeah,
yes.
well, this is it here. So guys, yeah, 76mm. So just a bit of information on this beast, right? 1,064 horsepower and 828 pounds-feet of torque from a 5.5-litre V8 twin turbo.
I think that's going to be pretty insane.
It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, 1,000 horsepower. I mean, look,
But
you
everything
talk
is now.
Well, that's the problem. I think we've even had this chat over a drink one time. We go, remember when we were on our P-plates and we were talking cars with
200 kilowatts was like,
great, 250, 300 horsepower. You're like, oh my god, that's insane. Now, unless you've got a car that's got 700-800 horsepower, no one really cares. And even then, you go, 700-800, that's good.
Yeah.
But you want 1,000 horsepower.
1,000. Okay, so let's think about that. That has 1,000 horsepower. We were speaking last week about the W1. That's got 1,200 horsepower. Like, these cars are getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
But one cool thing me and Nick were talking about the American cars, in which we could kind of take our hat off to the Americans, is they've started to realise that people don't want to just go fast in a straight line.
Yeah, I think historically that's what a lot of these cars have been like, and that's what American muscle and, performance cars over there have been.
Yeah.
They've all thought, like, how quick can go in a straight line? What can we do? How much power can we get? And I think now they're seeing all these other cars and they want to, engage in the market and be Porsche competitors.
Look at the Mustang GTD.
Yeah.
That was purposely built to go up toe-to-toe with a 3RS. So they have started to realise this. So we got the Mustang GTD and then now you got the ZR1, which is track focused with ridiculous aero. So who knows? These American cars might be ridiculously good on the track, but we don't know until we see.
Look, I'm just excited to see. Well, one, I'm excited they're doing them.
Yep.
Two, I'm excited to see what they can do. And some of these cars, if they can be affordable, might be good options for some of us looking for high performance cars that don't want a Porsche or don't have that sort of money. If 100%. They're more on a realistic budget for some people, there may be some great pickups.
But the funny thing is, have you noticed, like, the Europeans are downsizing engines and putting turbochargers and hybrids.
Yeah.
The Americans are downsizing their engines, but they're not getting rid of cylinders.
Yeah.
They're keeping their V8s.
Yeah.
Which I don't... Why aren't the Europeans doing? Like, come on, guys. Like, if the Americans are doing it, like, the Americans are downsizing engines but keeping the cylinders.
Well, I think Americans are probably the sticklers for the V8s. I mean, if you don't give them a V8, you're probably not going to sell many cars.
Nah, you're not going to sell many cars at all. And then a prime example was that the F-150, the electric version. Yeah. They didn't do too well in America at all.
Yeah.
Like, what were they doing? What were they thinking? They're thinking that all the rednecks are going to buy an EV? Come on. That was the dumbest thing they ever did.
I know. So I think they're probably going to be one of the last ones to start getting down that road like the Europeans are, I think. So They may end up going there, and they probably are a little bit more, obviously, with some of their releases, but they're going to take a lot longer, I would expect.
Nonetheless, we really do agree, both of us, that this is pretty cool from Corvette. So I actually can't wait till that comes out, and I cannot wait to see if I can get my hands on one of those.
Do we know what release date?
I'm not going to just guess.
I don't think it says there, but
I wouldn't expect it's going to be any time soon. Like it'll be close. It won't be that far away.
Yeah.
But I can't. If I can get my hands on one of those, guys, trust me, I'll do a review on one, and me and Nick will take it to the track.
Absolutely, take it to the track.
And talking about track days, we have one coming up.
We do.
And it's with a certain car, but we're not going to tell you just yet. Yeah. So
we're very excited. It's going to be one of our first track days for Motor Marvel.
Yeah.
That we're both going to jump in and do a bit of content for you guys. So yeah,
it's going to be a cool day.
Excited. So, guys, pretty much continuing on from the next one. Look what I've got here is an announcement from Ford guaranteeing the production of V8s and manuals until they're basically declared illegal.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, we've been talking about people and, different car manufacturers going and dumping sort of the EV road a bit.
Well, you're speaking about BMW completely stopping manuals last week.
Yep.
So
we've got companies here that are still, at least committing to V8s and manuals. I mean, that's a big commitment on both of those, to be honest.
And that's pretty surprising, to be honest, because, in the day that we're living in, the society we're living in,
especially manuals, right?
Especially manuals.
I feel
not the V8 so much, but the manuals.
Very much.
I love that. I love hearing that because it makes me feel like the cars aren't dying. And we saw that last week when we were speaking about that Lexus.
Yes.
So that was a manual.
Yep.
And that's massive from Japanese brand.
Well, if we'd probably talked 5-6 years ago, it was I think we would have thought at this 2024, we probably wouldn't even have manuals.
Yeah.
Right? Talking 5-6 years ago, they were it's phasing out, no one's making them, we don't want them. And then there's been a bit of a resurgence, I think, mostly because of, enthusiasts and people buying these cars who have gone, why are we not getting manuals? We still want them, we still want to engage, we still want these performance cars. And I think maybe that's come along with the EVs a little bit too, where people have a little bit of resistance there. And we're starting to see V8s. We're starting to see manuals. We're starting to see pushing out of dates of EVs. Yeah. We're starting to see this resurgence, I feel, of performance cars and enthusiast cars.
Which gives me confidence, Nick, because since you said that, because the thing is, guys, we were at one point moving to a point where most car enthusiasts were getting scared.
Yeah. Oh, right? We were talking all EVs,
yeah.
Manuals gone, all this,
So all this tells me is that we just need to be louder.
Yeah.
So the more we do of this stuff, what we are trying to embody, what Mona Marvel's trying to embody, is creating this community and trying to keep it going, we can keep this alive.
Well, look, it was Porsche basically bowed to, my understanding was the Americans when they brought out the GT3 non-manual. Yep. And they all went, we want a manual.
Yep.
And they all threw up in arms about wanting a manual. So what did Porsche do? They went back and made a GT3 manual. And the only reason they did it was because of people throwing their arms up and saying, we want one, guys. And look, they've sold them.
Yep. So the more and more we push, the more and more this will keep happening.
Yeah, so keep being enthusiasts.
Yep. So keep it up, guys, and we're here to support you as well.
100%. So, following on from previous talks, we also got here an announcement from the CEO of AMG, basically saying they buy the cars only for the tech, or predominantly for the tech. I think we've realised here upon seeing this and other things, really what they're buying them for is the V8s, as we can probably tell with the current car sales of the C63.
This is absolute BS. I do not believe this for a second.
Look, I think tech...
Yeah, tech's a big factor.
We talked this, I think, in the first one, right? Yeah. We talked the C63, the new one, has some phenomenal tech, both in performance, interior, everything. The tech, fantastic.
Yeah.
But I think it's the proof's in the pudding, right?
Yeah.
The cars aren't selling, and they're discounting them because they're not selling. If tech was what was selling them, we know they have fantastic tech, but they're not selling them.
But they're not selling it.
Complete.
That is complete.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Bullshit. Yeah, it is bullshit, right? Okay, that's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason being is you look at the kind of people that buy a V8 AMG, and it's the people that like to go sideways, do burnouts.
That's what they're renowned for, right? You buy your M3s and your C63s because most of the time people want to have a bit of fun.
Yeah. So the C63 is like a hoon's car. It always has been.
Yeah.
You go around a corner and you're not going around that corner. And look, Clarkson said this perfectly in a very, very old Top Gear episode with the C63, the C60, the 6.2 litres.
Yep.
So the original beast,
ones.
right? When he was on the track and he was like, the signature soundtrack and thing to do with a C63 is to go sideways around a corner. It's not to handle, it's to make a cloud of smoke, right? Yep. That's the people that buy these cars. And then M3s were people that wanted to take a proper track day, get a good time. Yep. And then your Audis were people that were safe.
Yeah.
Right?
All-wheel drive, safe cars.
So you had the three there, right?
Yep.
You had the trifecta.
Yep.
Now, they're telling us that it's tech, and that's just...
Look, and...
It's bullshit.
Yeah. As we said, the tech, no doubt, phenomenal. Fantastic. But it's not selling their cars for them, unfortunately.
No.
Maybe some people are attracted to it, and I think you need that in this day and age to sell a car, right? You need some tech.
Yeah.
Because I think we're just that kind of generation that likes all the tech. But that's not the only thing that's selling the cars.
No.
And as we've said, proof is in the pudding. Their sales are
down. Okay, so funny enough, a prime example is this teaser shots on the Nürburgring of the CLE AMG 63.
Yeah.
Which is a prime example that they do care for V8s.
They've gone back and put a V8 in it. I think they've seen C63 sales.
Yeah.
They don't want to do a repeat. They've put their V8 back in this. So
I don't think...
I think they know it.
I think they know it. I think they don't want to say it. But this is a very, very clear indication that they still are going to make V8s. Thank you, Nick, for finding the one with German on it. So I have to kind of decipher that.
Yep, thank you.
But guys, technically speaking, it's a hybrid. So it's a 4-litre V8. I don't know what that even says. But it's got a hybrid system in it as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this when it eventually does come out.
Yeah.
But it gives us hope that AMG's come back with the V8s.
Yeah.
And like Nick was saying previously, they've had bad sales, so I don't see why they wouldn't reintroduce it.
Look, I think they've gone back on this, 2030 agreement for EV, whatever else. I think we've mentioned it several times. Manufacturers are going, let's rewind a little bit here because they're not doing so well with some of the sales of these vehicles.
Well, that makes you think, right? If they really were concerned about reducing cylinder sizes, why'd they go from 8 to 4? Why didn't they just go from 8 to 6? Go back to... So the C, at one point, guys, so the C63 AMG, right, had a straight 6 twin turbo. Why didn't they just use that? And it sounded awesome. That sounded mad.
It's not a bad vehicle. Maybe, don't know, maybe it wasn't ticking their boxes. I'm not sure why.
But they went to a 4-cylinder, the one that came out of the A45. It couldn't make any sense.
Well, I guess maybe because it's pretty much all they did to make that, right, was they cut the V8 in half and made the 4-cylinder. So it was probably just ease.
But nonetheless, they're going back to V8s.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Very
Brett,
excited.
you're excited. So that last slide was a lot of...
BS.
So, very exciting news.
Very exciting news. I mean, when we're talking new tech, here we go.
So the Italians, Ferrari presents an engine that violates the laws of physics. So what this pretty much means is that Ferrari has designed a hydrogen motor that has 0 emissions. Now the good thing about hydrogen power, which me and Nick agree on, it still keeps a combustion motor.
Yep.
You will still get a noise, a mechanical noise. It probably won't sound the same as a gasoline motor, to be fair. However, it still exists. That raw mechanical
engine is there, right?
Is there. Yep. So this is massive news from Ferrari. So who knows when this is going to come out?
I was going to say, very probably early days with stuff like this. A lot of us don't even know whether hydrogen's even going to be...
A thing.
A thing. Usable. How do you...
Wait, what if this goes into the successor of the LaFerrari?
Back to your Holy Trinity. Look, maybe. I think we'll have to see how that one goes, but I think hydrogen as an option is still one of those... Probably needs a lot of development and a lot of understanding.
Very explosive. So that's the problem with it. It's very explosive. So I am with Nick. It does need a bit more. I'm not against it, but I'm not against hydrogen. Look, we both said we're not against hydrogen. We're not against hybrid systems.
No.
At all. If it means that engines can still exist and the mechanicalness of a car can still
be there,
then we are all for it. But EVs...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just don't like them. I just don't. I would never consider buying one. It's soulless. It's emptiness. It doesn't. It then makes a car. This is the problem with it. It makes a car a means of transport. It doesn't make it
I think as an enthusiast, we're never really going to get around an EV vehicle.
No, because it
purely
just makes a car a means of transport. And for us, a car's more than that.
Yeah, and look, for me, it's exciting to see manufacturers doing things like this.
Yep.
Exploring new, different options.
And different avenues.
To see if something comes out of it that's going to be amazing. And look, this is probably early days for this, but it's great to see, and I'm interested to see where it goes. Yep. So, it looks like, again, I've given you a little bit of German here to decipher for us, Sal. But basically, there's a...
This is in German. I didn't even realise this is in German.
Sorry, mate. But I think all we need to decipher there is on the 18th of October, so about a week away, there looks like to be a GT3 world premiere. So what that means, I presume it's probably maybe the .2 of the new GT3.
Most likely.
Yeah, look, I can't see what else it's going to be, but it could be something out of the bag. But either way, something exciting. We'll probably have a look at that in a week's time and hopefully know a bit more knowledge.
Could be a 918 Spider. successor.
Yeah, but they've said GT3 particularly.
But it could be there.
Unless they're duking us out a little bit and saying it's a GT3 and they throw something sideways. Look, I think we'll see in a week's time what's there, and we'll come back to you guys and do a bit of a podcast on it. And,
so we'll let you know about that.
Yeah.
All right, and the final topic is the new Supra at Bathurst, and especially this weekend, which you guys will be watching this on Wednesday, so...
Yep, you would have already watched Bathurst 1000.
So Bathurst 1000, this has been shown. It's the new Supra that's going to be in the V8 Supercars, and to be fair, it looks pretty freaking cool.
Pretty amazing. Look, I think they've got a couple of pictures here you can kind of scroll through quickly, but I mean, it looks like a Supra. It's got a bloody big ass wing on the back of it. What more do you want?
I am very curious to see how this does in the V8 Supercars.
Look, I presume, like we said in the first video we did, I think they've spent probably a lot of time already getting it to a point of parity here, where it should be pretty on par.
Yeah.
But as we've seen even previously too, it takes them a season, if not another, to really get that parity correct.
Yeah.
And they were changing aerodynamics, power, weight, a whole bunch of stuff to try and get these. So we're pretty keen just to see it out on the track. It's a third car out there. It's something different. See how it goes and see how well they take it.
So that's it, guys. That's it for today. So I hope you liked this episode, guys. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And go check... Yeah, thanks. Don't forget Cars and Coffee event. So go check out our Instagram. I'll also be posting, like I've said in the last episode, the stuff that's going to be given away is getting delivered next week.
Some of these shirts
being given away, but these were given away for free. The actual giveaway prizes given to us via hard hats is coming next week. I'll do a reel on that, so stay tuned on the Instagram. I currently am testing, I know it's not exciting, but an X-Trail, right? If you are interested in an X-Trail, I am testing one at the moment, so I need an X-Trail. If you want to go check out some stuff about it, go check the Instagram out. Other than that,
that's it from us, guys.
Catch you on
the next episode.